Thank you for tuning in to the Royds Review Podcast. This week, Rob and Andy have watched and written songs about Men in Black. Are the Royds going to touch the red button? Find out next on the Royds Review Podcast.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are the Royds, and today we are talking about Men in Black from 1997, continuing our Will Smith block of movies. Andy, how are you doing?
I'm all right. I've got a story. All right, this actually happened to my wife and I. So
now, is this tie into Men in Black? Like, did you guys come across aliens of some sort?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to get that straightened out, because if that was the case, you were underselling it.
Yes. I guess it's an alien of sorts.
Uh-oh.
As in, I've never seen one before. I will show you, though. I will tell you.
Okay.
I can't show you because it's an audio medium.
Just whip it out.
All right, here I go. Kazunk.
Oh my god.
I
my
broke
god, it's
my
made
laptop.
of lead.
Yeah. The fucking laptop split in half. The other night, my wife and I, we get up to the smell of burning rubber. And we're like, that's weird. So I go downstairs. It was a relatively cool night, too. So I checked, the AC unit. We got forced hot air. And, I was checking the filter. And I was like, it's not even on. Because it's, cool. So what the hell's going on?
It's cool. It's wearing, sunglasses and shit, smoking weed.
Yeah. I was like, oh, shit, this AC unit's cool as shit. So I'm looking up what that could be. And, of course, you look up anything on the internet, it's like, you're going to die.
I looked up why my AC's not working. It told me I have tuberculosis.
I was like, you've got the consumption. So my wife, tends to have a flair for the dramatic, right? So she's kind of freaking out, and so she's like, I'm gonna call the fire department. What if there's a fire in the wall or something? I was like, I feel like, I don't know.
A fire in the wall.
I don't know.
Your wall is now a portal to hell.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, you do what you got to do. Right. So as I'm looking at the things, one of the things that I just scrolled over was skunk. A skunk could smell like burning rubber. Now, I'd smelled skunk before, but this didn't smell like skunk. So I kind of ruled that out. She calls the fire department. They're like, all right, go outside and stand outside your house. We're sending 18 trucks. So it's like, okay, here we fucking go. And this is 2 a.m. And we walk outside, and as soon as I step outside, I see a big old fucking skunk. And I was like, can you call him back? She calls him back, and they're like, yeah, they're on their way. And then, as she's on the phone, we see the lights, we hear the sirens, we're like, fucking Jesus Christ. 3 trucks pull up, and these guys come in the house with axes and shit. I was like, it smells the worst in the basement, but we just saw a skunk. And they were like, oh, Jesus Christ. They walk down, they look, the guy scans it, and he's like, yeah, it's a skunk. So they were in the house for 30 seconds, and they fucking left. And then, but it's protocol. They had to take the hose out, so now they gotta wind the hose out, back in. And they're just sitting outside of our house, just winding this shit in with the lights still going. And we're like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Right before they left, they walked over, knocked on your door, and said, 4 houses burned down while we were here.
Yeah. This is your fault. Yeah, good thing we don't talk to our neighbors, really. Jesus Christ.
Usually when I smell burning rubber at night, it's because I'm fucking too fast.
You're wearing a condom? Is that the joke? Okay.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the condom.
Yeah.
The condom is in flames because of the friction that I'm forming with how hard I'm fucking.
Oh my god.
Because there's so much friction because I can never make a woman wet.
Oh my fucking god. Sweet Lord Jeebus.
Yeah.
Is it me or is the ribbed for her pleasure? You could almost hear it's
oh yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I also know women who have been like, yeah, I don't care for that.
Yeah, my penis has a rib cage, so I don't even.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So that's my story.
Like out on the outside of it? I'm more entertained by the rib cage penis. Like, is your
No, it's
penis
on the
protected?
inside.
Oh, so
Yeah,
like your
it's like-
urethra is protected by a rib cage.
I guess it's got a little heart as well. It's got organs. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the chicks probably dig that if it's like inside of them.
Probably.
You ain't
would
even got to
think.
do like
I couldn't tell you though.
you ain't got to do the flex thing while you're inside. It just automatically goes.
I couldn't tell you, Robbie. I'm not a sinner.
I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say the flex thing.
Yeah, like the Kegel.
Yeah. When you make your wiener bounce.
Are we talking about Men in Black?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why we're here.
I thought it was called Mib.
Mib.
No.
That's the nickname for my wiener, Mib. I go, here comes the Mib.
Any reason?
Because I was tired of calling it the Nib.
Mm. Well, what movies came out in the year of our Lord 1997?
Your favorite movie, Batman and Robin.
That's it.
A movie called The Game. The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. A movie
Nice.
called Steel. Does that say it's starring Shaq?
Yeah, he played Steel.
Okay. Dante's Peak. Contact. The absolute Tim Allen classic, Jungle to Jungle.
Wow.
That's very sensitively done, of course.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, no, that's something you have to see. It's a terrible film.
Okay.
And it's very much a 90s movie.
Is the 2 a number?
Yes, it is.
Is it a sequel?
No, it's not.
Why are they doing that?
Well, you see, Tim Allen goes from the jungle of New York City to an actual jungle where he apparently has a son there.
So why would he have? Well, I mean, why would the title have the number 2 in it?
I wish I could tell you, man. I don't know. I don't
I
know,
want
man.
answers.
The Lost World Jurassic Park, previous episode.
We did that.
We did do that.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown, which is a great movie.
Yes, it is.
Goodwill Humping. Oh, that was the porno. I'm sorry. Goodwill Hunting.
Nice.
Get it? That was really clever and original. Anaconda.
Oh shit! I used to rent the shit out of that from the library. I watched it every weekend.
I've never seen Anaconda.
It is hilarious.
The movie Bean, the Mr. Bean movie. I saw that in theaters.
It's just called Bean.
Yeah, it's just called Bean.
I don't know why that makes it seem like it's like the gritty reboot. You know? Bean.
Bean, starring Jason Statham.
Oi. That's it.
Boy, I'm gonna flick you, Bean.
I'm Jason Statham.
Air Force One, The Relic, Suicide Kings. Oh, Mouse Hunt.
Oh shit!
Mouse Punt.
Mouse.
We already did a whole episode with that.
Yeah.
we've already done this. Flubber. So, Vegas Vacation, one of the vacation movies.
Really? 97?
That's what it says, yeah.
I bet Chevy Chase is looking real shitty.
I bet you he is. Where is that movie? Let me look at it again. He looks fine still.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like out of nowhere he started to look like shit.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Fools Rush In with Matthew Perry. The Land Before Time, The Mysterious Island. That's The Land Before Time 5.
Oh shit!
Hercules, the Disney movie Hercules.
That's a great movie.
You know, right off the bat, when I'm looking at these movies, the one thing I'm going to say is movies today suffer from mega bloat.
Yeah.
Like Starship Troopers was also 97, another previous episode. But I'm just looking at it like the movie we're doing today, Men in Black, was an hour 38.
Yeah.
Every movie after this, except for the second one, is longer than that. And I think the most recent one, Men in Black International, was easily the longest one at well over 2 hours. Like, no Men in Black movie needs to be over 2 hours.
I mean, I feel like there's a decent amount you could do in an hour and a half. I mean, hour 45, 2 hours flat. I feel like that's a reasonable time.
Every movie
like-
should be able to knock out their story in 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm just looking at some of the lengths here, and I'm like, Yeah, no, these are good lengths for movies. They're all roughly an hour and a half.
Except Starship Poopers was like
Yeah, Starship Troopers is like
2:15 or
2
something.
hours 9. Lost World is 2 hours 9. They're actually the same length. That's funny.
Oh, shit.
But Alien Resurrection was 2 hours. Face Off. Okay, Face Off's a little long. Oh, Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Oh shit.
That was 2 hours. But a lot of them are cutting it at around 2 hours. Most of them are an hour and a half. But that's a good length for movies. I feel like every movie nowadays is at least 2:15 when it doesn't need to be. Like Good Will Hunting doesn't even reach 2 hours.
That makes sense.
But I feel like if they made Good Will Hunting today, they'd bloat it out to 2 hours 30.
3 hours. Yeah, it'd be 3 hours because it's Oscar bait too. And
Yeah.
all Oscar bait is always like 3 hours.
But that doesn't make it a good movie. Just because it's long doesn't mean it's a good movie.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, here's a silly question.
Okay.
Is The Fifth Element a musical?
No.
Because it's listed under 1997 music movies
Weird.
on Google, along with Scream 2.
There's a music segment in Fifth Element.
Oh, that would explain it then. That's probably why
Pretty
it's in there.
famous, a famous music segment.
Like I said, I've never seen it.
I've never seen Scream 2.
Me neither.
Wow.
Wowza.
You know, we've covered a lot of movies from 1997.
Yeah, I'm reading this now and I'm going, have we read this list before?
It's a big year for movies.
It's a big year, not necessarily a good year. Oh, Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas.
Sounds like a VHS.
It sounds exactly like what it is. The Brave Little Toaster, To the Rescue.
Oh, shit.
Babes in Toyland. I'm going to be honest. I've seen a movie called Babes in Toyland, and they look nothing like that.
Uh-oh, he's talking about an adult film.
Okay, Andy, you want to get into Men in Black?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the next hour of the podcast.
This is good. Stay tuned, fellas.
It's going to be tough. Yeah. All right, you got a rundown?
I do. Is that what we're calling them now?
That's what I'm calling it.
All right. Yeah, I got a rundown. We open with a caravan of illegal aliens being driven across the border, getting stopped by the state troopers. Before they arrest anyone, a black car pulls up with two men in suits. Tommy Lee Jones briefly and vaguely explains his jurisdiction to the troopers, and he goes through all the characters in the truck. He finds one that doesn't seem to understand what he's saying, and he tells the rest to leave. He takes the weirdo out of sight of the troopers and cuts him open, revealing an alien. One of the state troopers sneaks a peek, which sets off the alien, who goes to attack the trooper, knocking Kay's old man partner down. Kay is Tommy Lee Jones, by the way. As Kay's partner struggles to take action because he's old and useless, Kay blasts the alien with his blaster. The trooper is covered in goop. Cleanup team arrives to destroy the evidence, and Kay wipes the trooper's memories of the events. After tonight's performance, Kay's partner decides to turn it in. Kay sadly wipes his memory. Jump cut. Will Smith, chasing a perp in New York. He's a cop, by the way. The perp leaps off a bridge and lands unharmed. Will Smith is surprised but follows, jumping on a tour bus. After finally catching up with the perp, he's about to arrest him, and he says ominously, "He's coming." Is that an orgasm? Who knows? He pulls a crazy alien gun on Will Smith and drops it in the struggle, and it bursts into flames. Then he runs up the wall, escaping Will Smith. If you didn't know by now, this dude's an alien. Will Smith again catches up to him, but this time the guy sprints up a building. It's like he's holding R2 in the PS4, PS5 Spider-Man game. Will Smith runs through the building, reaching the roof. The alien man says he's coming. He'll kill me because I failed. Then he blinks all weird like an alien would, you know? And Will Smith is like, "What are you?" And then he is understandably very confused, and the alien jumps off the building, killing himself. We cut to Vinny D berating his wife when a UFO smashes his truck. The alien hollows out Vinny D and wears him like a booking suit. Incredible stuff. He asks the man's wife for sugar water and leaves. Will Smith is being interrogated about the alien man who jumped off the roof. No one believes him, and he body shames the living shit out of a fine, upstanding officer of the NYPD. Just kidding, ACAB, am I right? The morgue lady comes through telling Will that she believes him and to meet her at the morgue place. As she leaves, she runs into Kay, who wipes her memory instantly. Kay unplugs the cameras and asks Will Smith a bunch of questions, whose name is apparently James. Did he say when? And if he saw the weapon again, could he identify it? He takes James with him, impressed that he tracked down the alien on foot. They go to a pawn shop. Kay shoots Tony Shalhoub in the fucking face. Will pulls his gun on Kay, and he's like, hey, drop the gun. Then Tony's head grows back, and Will Smith identifies the weapon, and he is, understandably very confused, and Kay wipes his memory, and then he comes to in a Chinese restaurant where Kay gives him a card and says MIB with an address. Vinny D kills an exterminator and takes his van. He stores his spaceship in the van. James shows up at the address. He takes an elevator where Rip Torn, Zed, and a bunch of decorated military men are meeting. He's late. He takes a written test and a test in a shooting range. Both are very funny and telling of the kind of person James is. That's a cop-out. I just didn't feel like writing all of it. Kay convinces Zed to pick James, and Kay explains the history of MIB to James. James, having had his memory wiped, doesn't believe a lick of it. Kay shows him the coffee aliens, solidifying that all this shit is real. Kay gives an excellent speech to James by the water. A person is smart, people are dumb. Really, really great stuff. James is told if he is in, no one will know him for the rest of his life. It's like he would never have existed. Kay gives him to the next day to make his decision. The bug man makes it to NYC. James decides to join. Kay tells him his skills mean precisely dick. Another great scene. He shows James the true MIB headquarters. Some hilarity ensues. He explains that they are independent from the government and keep tabs on aliens and their traffic on Earth. To and from Earth, I should say. James suits up, and his identity is erased in all of his records. He is now known as just Jay. A man with a cat in a bag leaves his jewelers while Bugman skulks. Some alien stuff is going on the Jersey Turnpike that would be good for Jay to warm up on. They take the car. Kay tells Jay to fasten his seatbelt. The man with the cat meets his very large friend for lunch. They speak of dangers that the Bugman brings in their weird alien language. Speaking of, the Bugman kills them both, grabbing what he thought was the galaxy. The cat is left alone with the dead aliens. Another great scene happens where Kay and Jay help an alien and his wife give birth. Kay says, congratulations. It's a squid. Gold. Afterwards, Kay asks Jay, did any of that seem unusual to you? Also gold. Why would they risk leaving planet with a newborn? The Bugman is scaring everyone off. They find the Bugman's former wife's story in the tabloids and go to question her. They deduce it's a big cockroach man, and they wipe her memory. Jay asks, what's next? Kay says, with a bug in New York City, we watch the morgues. The morgue lady gets the bodies of the aliens the bug killed in the restaurant with a cat. After some flirtation, they open the dead alien's face, and the tiny man's little last words are that the galaxy is on Orion's belt. The morgue lady says she knew it. That's an alien. Real sharp. They wipe her memory. The bug opens the box he took when he killed the alien face boys. Just diamonds. He's pissed. Jay discusses the Orion's belt with Zed. Doesn't make any sense. Kay searches a woman longingly on his 90s computer. The Archilians are pissed that their king or whatever died, and a bunch of aliens are leaving the planet. Jay and Kay go to the jewelry store owned by the former king. They get guns. Jay gets a tiny gun called the Noisy Cricket. The bug beat them to the jewelers. He sees the cat in the picture and he puts it all together. The dirtiest tow truck driver in New York is towing the bug's truck. The dude is like covered in soot and stuff. It's disgusting. He kills the driver and steals the tow truck. Jay shoots the van off of the truck and the bug gets away. After explaining the importance of not letting the public in on their shit, he assures Jay that the bug can't go far because they have his ship in the van. The mass exodus of aliens from Earth continues as the Arquillians demand the galaxy. Kay knows who to ask. The bug is on his way to the city morgue. Jay and Kay see Frank the pug, who explains that if the bug gets the galaxy, everyone's doomed, and the galaxy is small like a marble. Jay sees a cat, and he puts it all together. That Orion's belt is around the dead alien's cat's neck. The bug shows up at the morgue and kills David Cross. He holds the morgue lady hostage, which she tries to explain to Jay, who assumes it is more flirtation. The bug escapes with the galaxy and the girl and tells her to take him to the World's Fair. The Arquillians give them 1 hour to deliver the galaxy before they destroy Earth. Jay correctly assumes they'll be headed to the World's Fair. They take the tunnel and hit the red button to do zoomies. Vinny D drops more girl in a tree on his way up to the World's Fair spaceship. He takes off, but the boys shoot him down. The ship opens. Vinny D walks out. Kate tells him to put his hands on his head. He rips the skin off, revealing his true form, a giant roach. He eats their guns and pushes them away. Kay instructs Jay to keep the roach from reaching the second ship. He gets the roach to eat him. Jay gets slapped around until he finds the weakness, killing other cockroaches. Jay stomps roaches until the bug comes down. Kay blasts the bug open from the inside. He has the galaxy. He calls Zed to tell the Arquillians, and the top half of the bug sneaks behind them. But Morgue Lady saves the day, blasting him away. After they get cleaned up somehow, Kay asks Jay to wipe his memory. He reveals he was training Jay as his replacement. Kay says he'll see you around. Jay says no, you won't. Jay looks in the tabloids for leads and sees Kay reunited with his love interest. Morgue Lady is Jay's new partner. We zoom out to find our galaxy is but a marble in another alien's collection. Wow.
Well done.
Wow, thanks.
Here come the men in black.
Galaxy Defenders.
I didn't realize in that song they were then saying they won't let you remember. I didn't realize they were saying that until this watch through. But that was really good. Getting all of Men in Black in there.
Yeah, I gotta say, sometimes I forget, but this is like top 10 of my movies of all time. I love this movie.
This movie is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
There's no annoying bloat.
Not at all. Moves at a clip.
Yeah, it's just the dialogue is snappy. It's entertaining. It's also real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned it when Tommy Lee Jones says, is worth approximately dick or whatever he says.
Yeah.
It's such a good line. It's like, that's such a real line.
Yeah. Because he's like, hey, I know you got me for my skills, so you just let me work. And he's like, well, your skills, as of right now, your skills mean precisely dick. Love it.
Amazing.
I love it all. I love how, as Will Smith, he shows up to where they have all the military men.
Yeah.
And everybody's having the same problem, and he's the only one who does something about it. He pulls the table and showing maybe he's not on their level, but at least he's thinking outside the box here.
Right.
And then again with the target practice challenge, he shoots the little girl, and then his explanation is actually very telling of their line of work.
Yeah, that's his thinking.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was because Rip Torn, who plays this role perfectly, gives this really wry smile, okay, I understand. That's good logic. It is. It's dark at night. Why the hell would this 8-year-old girl just be calmly walking down the street of aliens?
Yeah.
But I also love him describing the alien as he's just doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I didn't know this was based on a Marvel comic.
There goes one of my fucking Trivia questions, Robbie.
I'm sorry. I also, I found that out during the intro, like during the opening title sequence. I also didn't know the music was done by Danny Elfman. Did I delete that? Is that another question I got rid of yours?
No.
Oh. I didn't realize the music was Danny Elfman until I listened and go, this is so Danny Elfman.
Yeah, it's gum, 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 gum,
Yeah.
gum, gum, gum.
And we're following the mosquito as it flies around. That's such a cool opening scene with the dragonfly, right?
That's more of a dragonfly, Robbie.
Yeah, I wrote mosquito.
The Dragoneus corpilius is the scientific term.
Okay. Yeah, sure, man. I don't know what the fucking say.
You carry the 6.
Oh, fuck, I always forget to carry the 6.
You got to carry the 6, Robbie.
I always forget to do that.
Also, this is one of those movies that has all the credits in the beginning, like an old-timey movie, but like it works.
But then there's still a ton of credits at the end anyway.
Yeah. But I also didn't know Stevie Spiels heavily involved in this movie.
Yeah, executive produced.
Wow. I also read that Tommy Lee Jones was like they offered him the part, and he was like, "I'll do it, but you gotta punch that script up. Like, dialogue's shit." And Stevie Spiels was like, "All right, yeah," and he got somebody to rewrite it.
Stevie Spiels probably like, you know what? If we're getting Tommy Lee Jones to do this, then we'll punch up the script, because Tommy Lee Jones, like, he's giving his all here.
It's excellent.
This is Tommy Lee Jones at his best.
Yeah. Like the just the scene where he's explaining to Will Smith at the pier or wherever that is, by the water, and he's like, a person is smart, people are dumb.
Yeah.
And like 500 years ago, everybody thought the world was flat, or they thought the world was the center of the universe, and then like they thought it was flat. A minute ago, you didn't even know aliens were real. So like, imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Right.
It's like, holy shit, that's a good fucking speech. Holy shit. And then he's like, is it worth it? He's like, yeah, just,
you lose everything.
Yeah, just sucks, but it's worth it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny, when he was given that, I actually took that entire monologue down where he says a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. That's a great line.
Yeah, incredible stuff.
Now, this is also the second Tommy Lee Jones film where he speaks Spanish in it. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't think that's him speaking Spanish.
In the beginning.
Because he speaks Spanish in this, and he also spoke Spanish in No Country for Old Men, and it just feels like it's definitely ADR.
Yeah, probably.
It's definitely ADR, but it's like, is that Tommy Lee Jones saying that, or is that someone doing a Tommy Lee Jones impression saying a line in Spanish?
Yeah.
Because that is bad ADR.
Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones, like we said, excellent stuff. Will Smith also doing very good.
This is Will Smith at his best.
Yes.
Because like you mentioned it, him pulling the table in, this is prime Will Smith. This is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Will Smith, but he's toned it down a little bit.
Yeah, because you know what it is? I think I read something where he didn't want to do it because it was aliens, and he just did Independence Day. And he was like, I don't want to be like the alien guy.
Yeah, I get that.
And then he got a call from Stevie Spiels, and he was like, oh, that's big boy stuff. Holy shit.
Yeah, I feel like if Spielberg calls you and is like, I want you involved, you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Tommy Lee Jones, like, I mean.
Well, that's the thing. You got Tommy Lee Jones, and then the rest of the cast probably just follows suit.
Yeah.
Because at that point, who's going to say no?
Not me.
Well.
They didn't ask.
Yeah, well, you were 7?
I was 6. Yeah.
Oh.
I saw this movie in theaters, though. I remember that. Yeah. I love the scene with the squid baby.
Yes.
Very funny stuff. Like, he's like, and you handle that. And he's like, what? Like, first day. And then he's like, is he going to be okay? He's like, he does this all the time.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's a squid.
Tommy Lee Jones is so funny in this. And when I watch this, I definitely see a little bit of influence of the show Psych. Do you remember the show Psych?
Yeah.
Because when Tommy Lee Jones introduces himself, he's given fake names, and he goes, "And this is my partner, Agent Black." And then Will Smith gives him a look.
Yeah.
And then the next time he goes, "And this is my partner, Agent White," and he gives him another look.
It's great stuff. Like, the dialogue is so real and punchy. I will say the only dialogue that is not great, and it might just be like the performance, is the morgue lady. She's very I don't know, her delivery is very like nonchalant, like she doesn't care.
Right.
And it kind of takes me out of it. And
I think
like,
it's supposed to be like, oh, she's known this was the case for years, but you're right. It comes across as like, oh, she doesn't care.
yeah. And she was like, I knew it. These are aliens and you guys work for the government or something. It's like, you knew it, that little man in that guy's face is an alien?
Yeah.
No shit, idiot. Get out of here. I like her though. I didn't dislike the character. It was just like, maybe emote a little bit.
Right.
That's me being an acting coach.
And you have the experience to do it.
Mm.
You know who pulls off indifferent? I don't use the term indifferent, but they pull it off really well. That nonchalantness in this movie is Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
Because this is a guy, he's a veteran. He's done this before.
Yeah.
So when
None of
Will
this is
Smith,
weird. Yeah.
yeah, when Will Smith doesn't want to do it, Tommy Lee Jones is like, all right, and he just casually walks in to get a cup of coffee from the aliens. To show Will Smith, like, no, this shit's real.
Yeah.
Or when they're driving through the tunnel and he fucking puts on Elvis.
Yeah.
And he's just singing as they're going through the tunnel and Will Smith is struggling.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like, that guy should be nonchalant because he's been doing this since the 60s.
Yeah.
This woman who's had this suspicion that aliens were real should not just be like, I knew it. I was right all along.
Yeah. She should be a little more like, holy shit.
Yeah, because if you're going to go with I was right all along, they have to be a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. And they didn't really show that. Also, like, they opened a man's face and there was a little man in there. And she was just like, wow.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you be like, what?
Yeah. I'm not speaking for a week.
Yeah. Especially because everything is played so real. Like, it's the realest looking New York. Like, everything's dirty and like people are shitty.
It's you're right. It's a great depiction of New York City, especially in the 90s.
Yeah. The villain, Vinny D, back again. Excellent. Just like, and the makeup is incredible. It literally looks like the skin is falling off of him.
Yeah. He pulls that off so well. From being the asshole human to being the alien.
Yeah.
Straight
Incredible
through.
Stuff.
Great work in this movie.
And I like how throughout the movie, it's like the skin is getting grayer and grayer. Like, the skin's just not holding up. It's rotting.
Yeah, you could just tell.
Oh, it's incredible.
When he puts his hand down and the cockroaches just kind of crawl out.
Yeah. It's, oh, don't do that.
When he pulls the face back and his wife just faints. Which, I'm going to be honest, that would be my reaction too.
Yeah. Like, your skin has fallen off your bones. He's like, oh, is this better?
Yeah.
Fucking great.
Because he's telling jokes. He's still being an asshole.
He's just a dick. It's just an incredible movie.
But I also like that the alien isn't killing people indiscriminately.
No, it's people like in his way and people who kill bugs.
Yeah. Well, at one point, he's driving the truck as the alien, and he stops so he doesn't hit people.
Yeah, he does.
It's like, why does he care?
Yeah.
But I like that. He's like,
that.
I'm not here to just kill everyone. I'm here to get that one thing, and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
If you get in my way of getting that thing, or if you kill a bug, I will hurt you. But I have no qualms with anybody else.
Yeah.
Which makes, as a villain, that's a much more enjoyable villain than someone who's just like, I'm going to kill everyone.
Yeah. For no reason. I'm evil.
Yeah. Well, that's what we talked about that in previous episodes. The problem with like Thor 2, where it's the villain's evil to be evil.
Yeah.
At least here, Vincent D'Onofrio or the weird cockroach alien, there's a MacGuffin they're going after. They want Orion's belt. They want the galaxy.
They want a sausage McGuffin.
Nice.
Hey, remember when tolls were like reasonable. Or Tommy Lee Jones just tosses like 2 quarters in that toll.
With that brilliant throw.
Yeah. Now it's like $78.
The price you pay to live in a civilized society.
I guess. Barely civilized, tell you that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I like the like never touch the red button. He keeps telling him fasten his seatbelt, and then he's like, you go ahead and hit that red button. He's blasting Elvis. He's like, Elvis is dead, right? No, he's not. He went home.
Yeah. He just went home.
Yeah. Great stuff.
So
Great
good.
Stuff.
Rip Torn, one of my favorite lines in the movie is after they go with Will Smith and Rip Torn looks at everyone and goes, "You're everything the U.S. government trained," or whatever. Yeah. I would imagine it's so funny.
Yeah.
Because like none of them are just good enough to make what they want.
Yeah. When everybody's leaving, he's like, everybody's leaving, and then he goes to the coffee aliens. He's like, "You ungrateful ingrates," or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They got like 70 packs of Marlboro.
Yes. Which again, sign of the times. And I've said it before. We need cigarettes in cinema.
Yeah.
Because those aliens were chain smoking like crazy. It's no wonder they talk like this.
Yeah.
I wish they would do a thing before the aliens smoked to hear what they sounded like.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the pug comes in a lot later in this movie than I remembered. I thought the pug was part of it, like throughout the whole thing, but he comes in very much towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's the second one. He's like a main part.
Yeah.
Because the second one was like, hey, what do people like? Let's just do that more, though. And it's like, turns out that makes for a worse movie.
Yeah, it turned out people liked the pug because he was in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was a fun talking dog.
Yeah. Also, what is Morgue Lady's name? Do you know?
That would have helped if I wrote that down, right?
Because you know what? Her name becomes M, and that makes me think her name is actually Morgue Lady.
They just named her Morgue. So, like, she worked at a morgue. She's like, for the love of God, my name is Catherine.
Or her parents actually named her Morgue. She's like, I guess this is what I got to do.
I think it's pronounced Morgue.
Morgue, yeah. I do also like the little things, like you constantly see Jay looking to Kay to see how to act in situations. Like even when they shoot down the ship and it crashes in front of them, Kay is steadfast. He's just there, like rock steady. And Jay keeps looking at him like, should we move? But he just keeps looking at him, and then he's like, okay. It's that like little shit like that make this movie very good. Yeah.
Because he plays a guy in this role so well. Is this guy who's like just discovering aliens are real.
Yeah. And he's trying to play it cool.
Yeah. He's trying to play it cool. And he's doing, because that's the reason they picked him, is I think they knew this is a guy who is going to look to the guy training him.
Right.
And going, okay, I'm going to follow your lead. Because if they went with any of the other candidates, they would have just gone to their basic training.
Yeah.
But as Kay said, and we talked about it 1,000 times, your training means precisely dick.
Yeah. Incredible stuff.
I love that we're saying dick a lot in this episode, and we're not talking about hogs. That feels good.
Yeah. Although we had that like 15-minute part in the beginning.
I already forgot about that, if I'm being honest. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, you'll see it when you edit.
I can't wait.
Got a lot of dick. I got one nitpick.
Okay, what's your nitpick?
So the scene where Jay shoots the noisy cricket like 3 times, right? And then Kay like gives him the speech like, these people can't know what's going on because that's not how we do it. And Jay's like, all right, my bad. And then the very next scene, Kay interrogates a talking dog in broad daylight. That's my nitpick.
Yeah, I have that down as one of my questions. As basically like, how did nobody stop him from fucking shaking this dog?
Yeah.
Like people were staring. They have people staring at him.
Yeah, people are looking.
Yeah, and he's like, tell me all these answers. It's like, yo, that's a small pug.
Yeah.
That pug's brain is rattled.
Yes, it is. It also looks like he's shaking that thing for real.
Yeah. I mean, it probably was just like a CGI thing.
I don't know.
I
I
hope
don't know
so.
what's cancel now. We got to cancel Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh shit! I'm sure if you
Yeah,
just
I
get
feel
his
like
true feelings onto some things, he just cancels himself.
that's yeah, that's true. He's an old man. He's an old white man. Yeah.
I say that I don't know anything about Tommy Lee
No,
Jones other than
no,
he's
we
a damn
can't
good
assume.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Also,
Tommy.
at this point, he'd be like, all right, whatever. I'm like 80. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, man. I got a
That's true.
legacy.
Yeah.
You do. You do.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. I do like at one point Agent J says that all bug aliens look alike because that's funny. Because you know what? Never mind. Let's.
Jesus. I mean, I actually, when you said questions, I don't really have any questions because
I
this
have-
movie is pretty airtight in my opinion.
I have some,
All right, let's hear 'em.
but some of my questions
Unless-
aren't necessarily like plot holes or anything like that. They're just
Right.
things I would like to ask the characters.
Okay. All right, maybe I could think of one.
But
Okay.
I will say this: a couple more points before we get into that. One, I miss and I love the sped up car when they need to get a car like flying fast in every other car, and it's this sped up
Yeah,
like
just sped up footage. Yeah.
yeah. I love that look. It looks so cheesy, but I just love it.
Yeah.
I love that the hot sheets that Kate calls them are just tabloids.
Yeah.
They're just the tabloids. Objectively, the baby alien is hella cute.
Yeah. I agree.
These are just random notes I had.
I'm into it.
The CGI of the big bug at the end is totally a sign of the times.
Yeah. I think it looks great.
Oh, it looks good, but it's very much like for 1997. If this was 1997, you'd go, that looks fucking real.
Yeah.
But in 2022, you go, that's nice for 1997.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I think all of the effects in this movie are very good.
yes, I would agree with that. The effects in this are good.
Yeah.
I mean, the talking dog, they pull it off.
Yeah. It's very clearly like somebody just stretching footage.
Like, well, the effect of Tony Shalhoub's head coming back after getting blasted off is done
Yeah.
really well.
Yes, it is.
Two more notes. The exterminator suffers an absolutely horrible death,
Yes, he does. Yeah.
an absolutely excruciating death. And finally, the Dennis Rodman joke at the end is a relic of its time.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I feel like the second one has a lot more like pop culture references.
Right.
I remember even as a kid watching the second one and being like, what did you do? What did you do to my movie?
My movie.
My boy.
All right. Yeah. You want to do some questions?
Yeah.
Questions. That's the new questions song
All right.
that I just made up. Could you tell that I didn't put that much effort into it?
I don't want to hurt your feelings. But yeah, it sucked.
The man with the cat who turned out to be an alien, he paid $72 for his cab fare in 1997. How far was he fucking going?
Shit. Wow. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Question 2. How does nobody notice that Vincent D'Onofrio just started working at a restaurant?
Yeah, they were like, order up. He's
Yeah,
like,
no one
"Oh,
questioned,
I
like,
got it."
who's this monster who's now working
Who's
here?
this guy who can't bend his knees?
I'll go bring it out to him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, sure, here you go, guy. Yeah, it's great. It doesn't take any of the tips.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't-
Dr. Weaver was M's name.
Dr. Weaver, yes.
Yeah, Dr. Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
So my question is, how did Dr. Weaver not notice the switch on the dead body's ear earlier?
Yeah.
She did a whole examination, and then when Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones did this, she goes, "Hey, wait a second, look at this."
Hey, check this out.
It's like, you didn't notice that?
I liked how when that alien dies, like the vehicle of the man also like goes dark.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. It was like connected to his lifeline. It's very cool.
I agree.
Yeah.
I kind of asked this already. How did nobody stop Kay from shaking the fucking dog?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
wild. And my final question is was Kay trying to die when he jumps into the alien's mouth? So we see him watching his ex at one point. By the way, loser. But he retires at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Was he trying to just get fucking killed by that alien? Because he jumps right into its mouth.
I think he knew somehow that
He wouldn't
that
get like
it's-
properly digested.
Well, I think he knew somehow that it swallowed the galaxy, and he was going to get the galaxy and then blast them open with his gun.
Okay,
I think he was calculated because everything he's done before has like been super calculated.
that's true. Yeah,
But yeah, that is a good question.
because I just asked that because I know he retires like right after that. He's like, I'm done.
Here's my question: how did he know, if that is his plan? How did he know that he swallowed the galaxy?
Well, don't they watch him? Don't they watch Vincent D'Onofrio eat the thing?
Only the morgue lady, because he does it in the cab.
Oh, I would have just imagined she told him at some point.
Yeah. He ate it. That thing that I don't know that you're looking for. He ate it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good point. Or I mean, at some point when they're asking her questions, she probably goes, "He ate the cat's fucking
Yeah.
collar." And they're like, "Oh, you know," because to me that'd be a noticeable thing. It's like, yeah, he wasn't really eating a lot of things, but then he ate the cat's collar.
Yeah. I also like where he's like, take me to a World's Fair or whatever. And she's like, no. And then he goes, bah! And like cockroaches and shit in his
Yeah.
mouth. I was like, oh shit, that's that. I would also be like, all right, Jesus, get out of my face.
Well, when they're carrying he's carrying the water tower, and she starts fighting him, and he's like, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah,
And he just
fuck
thrusts
you.
it like, whatever, you're just in my way.
Yeah. Great stuff.
It really is. All right, want to do some trivia?
Yeah.
How many questions you got, Andy?
I guess 6 or 7.
I have 9. Mine are
Jeez.
49er.
In my notes, this is Mib Triv.
In my notes, this is Men in Black, T's and Q's,
Nice.
kitties and quoobs.
The fuck is a quoob?
Ah,
Got him. We got him.
a quagina.
Nah.
Titties and quaginas.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going first. I'm calling it. Who in this list is not an alien displayed on the screen when they were like, hey, we got like 1,200 aliens on the planet?
Okay.
Steven Spielberg, Sylvester Stallone, Oprah Winfrey, Newt Gingrich,
Oprah
and
Winfrey.
Al Roker. Yes, correct. Damn it.
On the bus, what does Will Smith say be raining in New York?
Black people.
Yep.
When James suits up for the first time, he finds his suit in his locker labeled J. What are the lockers next to him labeled? G and D, H and K, F and U, or P and S?
I'm going to say PNS.
Is G and D.
I probably should have just gone with that. It sounds, I just guessed. I have no idea.
I would have guessed H and K because I figured it would go in alphabetical order.
You'd think. Hey, in this movie, what is Vincent D'Onofrio's or Edgar's wife's name? Is it Beatrice, Barbara, Betty, or Beth?
Thinking Barbara.
It's Beatrice.
Poop.
Uh-oh.
Which line did Will Smith improvise? I make this look good? It just be raining black people in New York? You're gonna give her leukemia or some shit? Or, oh, that's your auntie?
Oh, that's your auntie.
No, he improvised it just be raining black people in New York.
Okay.
Yeah. Great line.
It is a
Great
great
job.
line. What movie does Kay compare meeting the aliens in 1961 to? Is it Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, Citizen Kane. or-
Casablanca.
It is. It's Casablanca with no Nazis.
Without the Nazis, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was offered the role of K? Harrison Ford, Clint Eastwood, Danny DeVito, or Jeff Bridges?
Clint Eastwood.
Correct.
Yeah, that seems like a very Clint Eastwood role to turn down.
Yeah. He says, "Is it interesting?" Nah, I'm out.
When was the last time Kay had a CAT scan? About 1 month ago? About 4 months ago? About 6 months ago? About a year ago?
6 months.
It is, as per regulation.
Yeah. Wow. Which comic book company? Oh, no, you already got that one.
Yeah, Marvel.
Yeah. Who was
But-
offered the role of Jay? Charlie Sheen, David Schwimmer, Leonardo DiCaprio, or Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, it was David Schwimmer.
God.
Yeah. Also, Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What album does Kay say he's going to have to buy again because CDs are going to be replaced? Is it Sgt. Pepper's, The White
The
Album,
White Album.
Revolver, or Rubber Soul? It is The White Album.
Yeah. Those things never replaced CDs, did they?
I don't think they did.
That's all. Which director was not offered this movie? Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, Tim Burton, or John Landis?
Tarantino.
No, he was offered this movie.
Really?
Yeah. Tim Burton was not offered this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
This feels so Tim Burton, especially with the
That's-
Danny Elfman and everything.
That's why I put Tim Burton as a choice. I was like, this, if I hadn't known, I would have been like, maybe Tim Burton did that. And it's not weird enough.
Yeah.
Like in that weird, like Gothic, like New York would have been like Gotham.
Yeah. That would really would have been.
There would have been Batman and shit.
According to the movie, whose practical joke caused the 1977 New York blackout? Was it The Marvelous Martian, The Captivated Killer, The Amazing Alan, or The Great Attractor?
The Great Attractor.
It is The Great Attractor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you've gotten all my questions right so far. I have 3 more.
Nah, I missed the Beatrice one.
Oh, that's right. You're a fool.
Yeah. I'm a coward.
Where does Jay say Beatrice should get some dresses? Is it Bloomingdale's?
Bloomingdale's.
It is Bloomingdale's. Okay.
Yeah.
What team are the Mets playing when the spaceship goes over Shea Stadium?
Ah, shit. I don't know.
The Marlins, the Phillies, the Braves, or the Expos?
The Braves.
It is the Braves.
Holy shit.
Fucking shit. Okay. Okay,
My
one more.
penis is getting longer by the minute.
Nice.
Now I got fucking 3.5 inches.
Whoa, you're a stud.
Yeah.
According to the tabloid, how long was Kay's coma? Was it 35 years, 25 years, 15 years, or 5 years?
What was the first one?
35 years.
35 years.
It is 35 years. Wow.
Ka-thunk.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
I used to watch this movie all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I didn't. I had nothing to say there.
Shit.
Good talk, everybody.
No,
So it's time to get into the songs.
I think we learned a lot about Men in Black and a lot about each other.
Like Andy's wiener grows when he gets questions right.
Yeah. Had an alarming rate because
Because like
it was
it
3.5 inches, and now I said ka-thunk, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Unless that's just the noise it makes as it protrudes out more.
Yeah. It's just a guy yelling, ka-thunk.
It's the gears turning in your body for an extra little bit of wiener to come out. Ka-thunk. Ka-thunk.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like Mechagodzilla's dick when it comes out. Ka-thunk. 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 Ka-thunk.
You think they built a dick into Mechagodzilla?
Why, probably not, because Godzilla's a female. They probably
That's true, yeah.
probably put a Godzilla ussy in it. Or a mecha ussy in it.
Man, what are we doing here?
We're doing a podcast on Men in Black,
a
Andy.
podcast on Men in Black.
Here come the men in slacks. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I'm going to flip this pick. You want heads or tails?
I would like tails.
It's tails. You want to go first or second?
Oh my gosh. What kind of song you got?
It's a rock and roll song.
Oh my God. It's the most rock and roll response I ever got.
It's so rock and roll.
Oh my God. All right, you go first. Then.
Okay, my song is called Wiping Memories. And it goes like this. Can I miss something that I don't remember? I want to appreciate the night sky's ember. Not every bullet is made of lead. And not everyone dies when they're shot in the head. Is this an ethical quandary? Men in suits wiping memory. Wanna be free and feel wonder again. It's been one hell of a journey, but it's come to an end. I've saved the world, well, countless times. It's a thankless job, but I'm feeling fine. Is this an ethical quandary? Men in suits wiping memory. When they come on down, you won't know where we are. Speed through tunnels in our fancy cars. 'Cause when the earth is under attack, you can count on the men in black. Is this an ethical quandary? Men in suits wiping memory. When they come on down, you won't know where we are. Speed through tunnels in our fancy cars. 'Cause when the earth is under attack, you can count on the men in black. That was my song Wiping Memories. It's really from the perspective of, I guess, K at the end of the movie and D at the beginning of the movie, of just a retiring MIB agent,
Yeah.
of someone who's really proud of the work they've done, but they're going to miss it, but also at the same time, they're not going to remember it.
Yeah.
And I also kind of in the song, I open up this kind of ethical quandary of, is it okay that we just wipe people's memories?
Yeah. And Jay brings that up a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you're just flashing this in people's eyes. And like he said, you're going to give them leukemia or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and like he gives Kay a dirty look. He's like, make it happy memories.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Such good stuff. But yeah, that's really where the song's perspective comes from, is just the retiring agent who, the opening line of the song when I said, can you miss something that you don't remember, is both K and D say, I'm going to miss the chase, or I'm going to miss some aspect of it. And they're like, you're not even going to remember it.
Yeah.
And so that's such an interesting thing, is when they retire, do they remember this really fulfilling and incredible life they just lived? Like, is there almost a part of longing for it, even if it's in this deep subconscious of their brain?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a great. I mean, when in my synopsis, I talk shit about the old partner, but that was a good scene. Like, he's like, "Hey, you ever look at the stars? Like, I'm gonna miss this," and they're like you said, like, "No, you're not."
Well, it's great because it mirrors the end, mirrors the beginning, because Jay says the same thing to Kay. You're not.
Yeah.
And
Great
it's
stuff.
in a way it's sad. In a way, it is kind of sad
For sure.
because I do wonder what their like retirement plan is. Like, do they get like you're taking care of the rest of your life? Because
Yeah, and then like, who is this money coming from?
yeah,
I don't know.
but yeah, that's my song, Wiping Memories.
I like it.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
All right, what's yours?
Mine is called Imagine What You'll Know Tomorrow, and it's mostly about the scene where Kay is explaining what it's going to be like to Jay. So we'll talk a little more after.
Nobody will know your name. You may see that as a shame. Everything they know is erased, and now they're staring you in the face. A person can be someone who's smart, but people gonna play their part. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Know as well as I, the only way they live their lives, knowing that we live and die, protecting them from men in the sky. Person can be someone who's smart, people gonna play their part. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Person can be someone who's smart, people gonna play their part. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. Person can be someone who's smart, people gonna play their part. Imagine what you'll know
I really dig that.
Thank you.
That's very psychedelic.
Yeah, I was like, felt like a space like a space rock fit the the whole vibe, because there's outer space things going on here.
Oh.
You see, you carry the 6. We see the
It's always about carrying the 6, man.
it's imperative.
Yeah. If we carried the 6, we know so much more about the universe.
Honestly, I will say at the end, it's always funny to me. Like I showed that to my wife last night, and like that last part where I'm going for the high note, the tomorrow. I cut it off because my voice started cracking. Like I couldn't hold that note for very long. It's like tomorrow, and they're like ah. So I cut it off, so it just ends abruptly. But yeah, I went for like almost like a David Bowie mixed with like Muse kind of thing.
It kind of felt like King Crimson.
Yeah, King Crimson a little bit. Just weird shit. But like the lyrics are talking about Kay. Like I said, he's saying, a person is smart, but people are dumb.
Yeah.
Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. All that stuff. And yeah. Just a great movie.
It's a great movie, and I really did like that song. I'll be honest, during the opening verse, I was like, there's definitely more to this.
Yeah, no.
I was like, there's more to this, right?
And then it was that's the French horn setting on my Yamaha keyboard.
Nice. We both have Yamaha keyboards.
Yeah, this thing's actually it's very old and it's kind of a POS, but it gets the job done.
Is it the Ford POS?
Yep. Nice. That's an MIB reference.
Because that's the movie we're doing.
Yeah. Also, my electronic drum set is also very old, and it is becoming more increasingly difficult to play it, because for the snare to like respond, I have to fucking smash it. And that is only that is only making it more prone to being broken. So that's why sometimes in my songs, like where a snare is supposed to hit, you like either barely hear it or you don't hear it because I'm not hitting it hard enough. So that's the next investment, is a new drum set, new eclectic drum set.
Eclectic. It's going to be very eclectic.
Yeah.
Different settings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this setting sounds like a trombone. Like, boom. It's like, why?
Well, it's eclectic. Yeah, that's my song. I love this movie. And yeah.
10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10.
Yep.
It's a 40.
Now, to complete the trilogy of Will Smith movies for no reason, we will be doing Wild Wild West.
Oh, Wicked Wild Wild West.
Yeah. Will Smith's magnum opus.
Yep. I'm going to ride into the studio, my giant mechanical spider for it.
Wow.
Royd Studio in beautiful Long Island, New York. And Delaware.
It's just two guys' basements.
Yep. One of them is unfinished.
Mine is partially finished. Although we are getting our basement finished.
Nice.
In the next 2 weeks, I believe.
I will also finish on your basement.
You finish on a basement, just like on
just
the
come
wall.
on the wall.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Will Smith, for no reason, wrapping up next week. We're gonna maybe we'll have a guest.
We are gonna have a guest.
Yeah.
Don't say maybe. Our friend Sammy is gonna be here.
No, I understand. I just little enticement.
Okay, maybe there'll be a guest.
Yeah, leave a little bit of mystery.
Yeah. History is mysteries. It's not really history is mysteries. It's really a future mystery. It's just a regular mystery.
Yeah. Yeah. Where can they find you on the social media?
They can find me at Robert Corridor on Instagram and Twitter. They can also find the Royds on Instagram and Twitter at @the_Royds on Instagram and TheRoydsBand on Twitter. What about you, Andy?
What about me? Robbie.
Okay.
You can
I don't
find
know
me
where
at
this came from.
I'm just upset. You can find me at Andy Jafaris on the Instagram. Again, you can find our music. You should check it out. It's all great. You could also find these songs and the other songs we did for the podcast on a Bandcamp.
Yes,
I believe
indeed.
it's-
TheRoyds.bandcamp.com.
There it is. Yeah. And send us an email at roydsreview, ROYD. Did you already say that?
Nope.
ROYDSREVUE at gmail.com. And we will tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, that's all. We have an automatic response that just says "fuck off."
Yeah, so ignore that, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, Rob and Andy aren't here right now, so fuck off. But then at the bottom it says they'll get back to you in a couple days, or maybe maybe a few hours. Yeah. Also, leave us like a 5-star rating and give us a review.
Yeah, and tell your friends. If you're enjoying this, even if you're not enjoying it, be like, hey, I listen to this really shitty podcast with these two assholes talking about bullshit.
Yeah. They talk about fucking movies and they write songs about these fucking movies.
Yeah, and then, tell them to listen. Like, I didn't like it, but maybe you'll like it.
Yeah, you might like these two assholes.
Yeah, you seem like an asshole. You might like these assholes.
Yeah, you might like these assholes.
Yeah.
Just repeating you.
Yeah.
And repeat everything you say.
Yeah, just repeating everything I say.
Yeah, just repeating everything Andy says.
Yeah, just repeating everything.
Yeah, shit. Oh, God, here we go. Yo, Andy, you know what we didn't tell them yet? Or at least I don't think we did.
What didn't we tell them?
What's coming up after Wild Wild West?
I believe it is Shrek-tember.
It is Shrek-tember. We are going to be covering all 4 Shrek mainline movies for the month of September.
You might be thinking, what's the reason? 0. There's none of that.
Nope, just September. I also
For
Puss in
fun.
Boots is coming out in some point.
Yeah, we thought it was September, and then it turns out it's like December or something.
Yeah,
And we
let's
said,
just be
you know,
honest.
Shrek-tember is just fucking cold.
We were wrong.
Yeah. But,
Little peek behind the curtain. So
also-
Shrek-tember is coming out.
not a lot of note coming out in September, so we figure let's Shrek it up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always looking for a reason to beat my dick to Fiona.
What?
Isn't that the female Shrek?
Yeah, but you said, what?
I like to... Oh, I understand. You were
Yeah,
confused about my horniness for Fiona.
I'm giving you a chance to walk it back.
Yeah, well, don't you remember my statement about the She-Hulk trailer last week, so you should understand.
So it's similar. It's a similar
It's a similar
situation.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like green women.
Strange.
Yeah. I like...
Gangrenous women.
Yeah. I like women who are losing limbs because they have diabetes.
Did you know, quick little fun fact about my great-grandma. My great-grandma was like 400 pounds.
Yeah?
And the doctors were like, you have diabetes, and if you don't stop doing diabetes shit, you're going to lose your feet. And she was like, I don't care. And she fucking chopped her legs off.
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing? Eat a salad. Relax.
Here's a fun fact. Up until the year like 2013, I didn't know men could get diabetes.
That is a fun fact.
Because my grandma had it and my mom had it. So I just figured only women could get diabetes. And then when I explained that... When I explained that to someone, they said, how do you explain Wilfred Brimley? And I said, oh, those are just commercials. He's an actor. And they said, no, men can also get diabetes. And that's how I learned that men can also get diabetes. Because it turns out when new information becomes available to you, you're supposed to change your opinion on things. But that's anti-American, what I just said.
A lesson we can all learn, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
All right, bye, everybody.
See ya.